Hey, what's up guys? The Sack Daddy here, and this is going to be my third video in my Morrowind tutorial series, Morrowind for Beginners. In this video, it's going to be a little short and sweet, and I'm just going to go over some of the factions in Morrowind. There are a lot of factions in this game. It can be kind of confusing deciding what to go for, what to do. So in this I'm going to give you a brief overview of each one and kind of what those factions are best suited for. So here we are in my shitty MS Paint. I kind of got up a list here for us, and I was bored, so I kind of doodled some identifiers here. Alright, so the great houses of Vvardenfell. And I say of Vvardenfell because there's only 3 great houses on Vvardenfell, and Vvardenfell is where Morrowind takes place. Morrowind is actually a much bigger place in Tamriel, but the game Morrowind only takes place on the island off the coast of Morrowind, Vvardenfell, and the only 3 great houses that are found on there is Hlaalu, Redoran, and Telvanni. So we're going to start with Hlaalu. They are the traders of Vvardenfell. They are in it for the money. They are in it... That's basically it. They're just in it to make money. They're basically the most imperial house of Morrowind because they welcome the bureaucracy, they welcome the laws. The Empire is great for business, essentially. They're the least xenophobic because essentially what matters to Hlaalu is making money. And you know what? If you're an Imperial and you have money, or you're a Nord and you have money, it doesn't matter. If you have money, they'll pretty much accept you. Except for, Khajiit and Argonian, the beast races are still hated by pretty much everyone in the world at this point. No one really likes them. Imperials put up with them the most, outside of, Argonians and Khajiits put up with each other. Money oriented, everyone basically in Hlaalu can be bought. They're all there to make that cash money. And basically the Hlaalu hub is going to be Balmora. And Balmora is the trading center for Vvardenfell. It is lore-wise where all of the business is happening outside of Vivec City. So these guys, their quest line is, I guess, most suited if you were going to be like a scout. There's a lot of skulking and stuff that the quest lines for Hlaalu require. And so if you were going to pick a great house and you were a scout, thief, assassin type character, Hlaalu might be the house for you. So let's move on to Redoran. These guys are essentially knights. They are dutiful, they are pious, they link most closely to the tribunal. They are the ones who are most attached to them. They are all about maintaining tradition. As you go through the Redoran questline, you'll see that is just absolutely their number one priority is honor, tradition, family. It's essentially what you would think of when you think of a knight, which is why I said that. Obviously, their quests are mostly going to align with a warrior type character. Eventually, through the Redoran quests, there is going to be like duels, or a duel. So, if you're going to be a fighter, Redoran mostly lines up with those values. If you're going to, role play, or you want just to kind of have the best suited house for you, I guess. So, then you go on to Telvanni. Telvanni are the mages. They are narcissistic, they're egocentric, they're isolationists, they're unconcerned basically with the outside world. Um, the Telvanni mages are very interesting characters, and it's probably my favorite great house to do the quest lines for, just because of how crazy um, some of the characters are. The personalities are really well defined with them. They stand out the most, and the quests are probably the most fun, in my opinion. Um, one of the Telvanni counselors is basically batshit insane. One of them is just hates men. Absolutely, she treats them like dogs. One of them is just someone who just puts things off for eternity and never actually gets around to doing it. They're real fun characters. They make the game really interesting. All right, so here is Religion of Vvardenfell. These are some more factions. You've got the Tribunal, who are Almalexia, Sothasil, and Vivek. They are the new Tribunal. They gain their power from the Heart of Lorkhan by basically betraying Nerevar, and you'll learn more about that when you get to the Battle of the Red Mountain part and meet Vivek in the main quest. That's all kind of extrapolated on there. Um, I might make a video talking about that and kind of summarizing it, but it is a huge part of the game, and I would not want to kind of spoil that in just a small overview video. The next one is Daedric Azura. These aren't a joinable faction, but I kind of want to put them out there because they're a big part of the main quest. These are considered the true tribunals. Their priests are the dissident priests who have been essentially vilified by the tribunal ordinators. The Daedric tribunal consists of Azura, Boethia, and Mephala, and because of these guys' betrayal, Azura cursed the Chimer. That's kind of a Red Mountain spoiler, but I mean, it's kind of mentioned in the other games as well, so it's not too huge. The third, I'm guessing, this is why I put the quotes on religion, is Dagoth Ur. He's kind of a religion as he corrupts people's minds, turns them into sleepers and dreamers, and essentially makes them his slaves. Um, Dagoth Ur was the basically best friend of Nerevar. He ended up getting corrupted by the Heart of Lorkhan and just became a pretty mean dude. And now he's corrupting people, having them do his bidding, and starting to overpower the Tribunal, which is what you're attempting to stop in the game. His power kind of turns things into corpus beasts. When they get corpus disease, you'll see them a lot around the Red Mountain as you play through. It's one of the a big theme of the main quest is corpus disease, and there's like 4 quests dedicated almost just to it. And then Dagoth has these Dagoths. They're really odd looking guys. There's 2 different kinds. I'm gonna try and draw them out for you. Um, there is one who their heads. This is terrible. Uh, they have like long snouts like an elephant, but the rest of them is humanoid. And the first one you meet, unless you've kind of gone to the Red Mountain on your own and explored, is going to be Dagoth Gers, and he's one of these guys. They have little snouts, which is really weird. The other kind is going to be a fat mage caster. These guys are melee, and then you'll find like a fat mage caster with like a Cthulhu head. They wear like a big robe. Um, and their heads are kind of like round, and they've got all these Cthulhu tentacles that kind of come out. And they've got these weird looking eyes. And they cast magic. I'm not a very good drawer, especially with a mouse, but these are the other kind. These guys right here, the Fat Mage Casters, are very dangerous as their spells can actually be quite potent. So be wary when you're fighting these guys, as sometimes their spells can kill you pretty quickly, especially if you're on a higher difficulty than normal. I kind of put them as a religion just because Dagothur kind of turns people into cult worshippers through indoctrination. Now here's some of these smaller factions. This is kind of one of the main points I wanted to make the video of. In the beginning, Caius Cosades tells you to basically explore, join something, and kind of level up and get experience. So some of the things he talks about is the Imperial Legion. This is the army of the Empire, and they've got several forts throughout Vvardenfell. A couple of them being Fort Peligade, Wolverine Hall in Sadrith Mora, Fort Moonmoth, and basically when you join these guys, they basically turn you into a police officer. You're basically there just to kind of uphold the law, and that's kind of what the quests revolve around. Is essentially that. They're a pretty good quest for warriors, basically anyone though. I believe the two skills you need to have, or two traits you need to have at a high level, is endurance and personality for the Imperial Legion, which kind of ties in with Imperial because Imperials are the diplomats, so they very much value personality. Then you've got the Imperial Cult. With these quests, you're kind of a missionary. That's what you're doing when you're joining them. Basically, any character can join these. I believe this is endurance and willpower. For your two traits, you have to have them at least a certain level to rank up within the ranks. Then you've got the Fighters Guild. Fighters Guild quests, at first, you kind of start out as a mercenary, and then you just it kind of takes its own arc, and you just turn into basically like a puppet of someone else who's having you do stuff. I'm not going to really delve into that because it kind of spoils the main quest of the Fighters Guild. Mages Guild. I said you're a badass scholar mostly because the early quests you start out as just a scholar, kind of like doing retrieval quests, picking stuff up, learning about stuff, and eventually you just turn into kind of like a badass who just goes around and kills things and people. This quest for the Mages Guild was actually one of my favorites as I was younger, mostly because of the usurpation. I'm going to kind of like just leave it at that. Play this quest line if you're a mage. It's really fun. Thieves Guild. I said Thief Enforcer because the early quests you're basically just doing thieving, stealing stuff. And the later quests, you basically turn into an assassin. So, Thief Enforcer. These are quests are kind of fun. If you're playing at higher difficulty, they can be exceptionally hard once you get towards the last ones. And the Morag Tong, these guys you can join. You have to find them, and they are in the Vivek City Arena Underworks. They're kind of hidden behind a door. There's a little trap door in the Underworks that you have to go to find them. And with these guys, you're essentially a state-sanctioned assassin. You get writs, and you have to find people and kill them. For whatever crime they've done, they deserve to die. So those can be fun. They get kind of, repetitive, but there's always a new lore reason as to why you're killing someone, and it can be just kind of fun just to, role play as just killing people as an assassin. So these are the main factions that I could remember for Morrowind. I hope this helped you guys in deciding kind of what you want to go for, what you want to do. Thank you, and have a good day.